Hey, how's it going, captains? Admiral Tori here, and welcome aboard for another World of Warships video on my channel. In today's video, I want to sit down and talk about my 3 years with World of Warships. Of course, some recent matters with this game and all the changes because it's August and it's 3 years old now. The game is about to go through its 3rd anniversary, and I thought that it might be a good idea to talk about things that happened with World of Warships, my thoughts on it, and of course what's been on my mind. The gameplay in the background is with the Tier 4 Japanese Premium Light Cruiser, the Yubari, and there is a second game with the new Premium Tier 6 German destroyer, the T-61, which I do plan on making a video near the future, hopefully. So the first game, actually, it kind of relates to why I want to talk about World of Warships and, reflect on everything that happened with this game. I'm in the division, and I decided to join a clan that is casual. I was looking for a casual clan. One reason is because I decided that, it's time to expand my vision of having fun with World of Warships, because I've been playing solo for a long time. I've always been a solo player, but now I decided that why not, let's just join a clan. And the second reason is because people like to send clan requests to me. One person constantly just spam clan requests to me because I'm guessing he looked up my stats, but nonetheless, a lot of people want me to be in some sort of competitive clan because I usually end up at the top-ish of the leaderboard a lot of times, doing very well, and people thought that I was sufficient. But to me, it brings me back to why I joined World of Warships 3 years ago. I just wanted to play a warship game and have fun, and I always have been intrigued by military technology. Of course, at the end of the day, a lot of people talk about historical parts of this game, but at the end of the day, you gotta realize it is a game. It is a historical fiction game, and I do enjoy it because there are games out there I played that are realistic. They try to shoot for realism. For example, Red Orchestra 2. This was like my first actual game that I played, which was geared to the realism, where people take everything serious, and it was fun at first. It was a different experience, but at the end of the day, it was just not for me. I like the fast-paced gameplay in World at War, Call of Duty World at War, and that was clearly more arcade than what Red Orchestra 2 is. It's actually a joke. People will roast you if you talk about World at War as in like trying to be somewhat realistic, because the way it is clearly opposite. It was more geared toward the fast-paced action, the overall atmosphere of using World War II weaponry. But let's talk about World of Warships 3 years later. This game, Tier 4, I haven't played Tier 4 in a while. And the only reason why I'm playing Tier 4 is because one of my division mate or clan mate is learning to play CVs. Now, if you guys know me, I have been a strong, I have a strong passion in CVs. I really like CVs, but what kills me from CVs, aside from wargaming lack of information about how they're going to fix CVs, or at least they put off the CV for a while, whole nother video. I have that waiting for now, but it's unfortunate, but I feel like the community kind of kills the CV play because it's just absolutely discouraging to play CV, and you can see it as a victory for those people who hate CVs or a defeat for those who love CVs. And unfortunately, like I said, I joined 3 years ago to play warships, and aircraft carriers has been a critical part of warfare during World War II. I mean, I'm not lying, right? You can search it up. Major battles, absolutely major battles from the United States versus the Japanese. Major involvements like the hunt for the Bismarck when they use, I'm sorry, but I don't recall what carrier it is. I read the carrier name a couple of times, but the hunt for the Bismarck, one of the carriers was able to actually spot the Bismarck, and some crazy miscommunication because it also almost sunk one of the friendly Royal Navy cruisers while they were chasing the Bismarck. I like everything about this game. I want everything in this game. And there is this part of me that says that yes, World of Warships 3 years later has changed a lot. And what has changed aside from the game transforming? I'm sure that we can spend all day talking about CV problems, all day talking about the radar debate, all day talking about the power creep. And when I follow community contributors. I like Notzer. I like iChase Gaming. I watch, many videos from those guys. I don't follow everyone, of course, but, I have an interest in them. I'm always interested in their thoughts. And, of course, like any normal YouTuber, will check the comment because they want to figure out what people think and try to understand the situation. And as I see World of Warships transform from day one of beta, open beta, at least for me, some people played the game before open beta, the game has transformed to something that I kind of wish it wasn't come down this way. Because it seems to me that, yes, there are problems out there. I'm not discrediting that, the power creep and ignoring everything, all the gimmicks, but I feel like people are way too focused on a ship. And they forgot what it means to have fun. And in this case, Tier 4 is a very special tier. Because Tier 4 does not have to deal with the Tier 6. Since Tier 4 and Tier 5 are capped. Well, Tier 5, you have to deal with Tier 7. It's a +2 tier matchmaking, but Tier 4 is only +1. And, of course, being this tier, a lot of people are new, and some people just seal club. But what makes this so special, this gameplay, is that it opened my eyes that I totally forgot the taste of World of Warships 2 years ago. I mean, the first year was the greatest year of World of Warships for me. And it has always been that way for most games. I remember when I cracked open Call of Duty 4 or World at War, those early days, or Modern Warfare 2, I have been a Call of Duty guy back in the days. That was the game, and I enjoyed it a lot. I remember playing Battlefield, Bad Company 2, and Bad Company 1 on the Xbox 360. It's always the initial experience that is always the best because, people are very open about it. And when I say open about it, they're open to opportunities to try different things or try to do something cool or fun. But nowadays, since the game has set in its 3 years course, it has matured, right? People, mindset change. We don't really experiment with anything else. And look at this. This is absolutely beautiful. I got really lucky with the first torpedo from the friendly cruiser took the torpedo from me. Anyways, I was going to dodge that if I just fit in. But this one, I was really lucky. But look at this. Look at this gameplay. I spent most of my time at tier 6 and above. Mainly 6 to 8. And what you constantly see is that, no cooperation at all. People yelling at each other. Sometimes you're gonna get good games, but it's another day. It's always another day. People want you to do well and everything, and everyone's just so focused on the idea of negativity. And addressing the negative part of the game is all right, but I feel like we have kind of lost that sense of freedom. And in this case, I am being tier 4, and of course I have so much experience, I know what I'm doing, right? I just feel like running out there, sailing out there with my Yubari and doing whatever I want. I have nothing on my mind. If you're playing tier 6 to tier 8, what's on your mind is that you want to do well, you want to get your XP, you want to be at the top of the leaderboard so you can pride yourself, being good, and just doing well, and don't have to worry people complaining at you because normally you have no right to judge someone who's top tier because they're doing something right. But I never care about that. But unfortunately, I'm in this current stage of the game, I've been coerced to think that way, and I don't like thinking that way, so I don't usually say anything in the chat. As a matter of fact, I'm rarely saying anything in the chat. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I feel like talking to random people, but hey, it's World of Warships. But back to the point, tier 4. If you do this in tier 6 and above, you're absolutely idiot. But nobody's here to judge. It's tier 4. We can't possibly make a big deal of this, right? So I'm, for once, experimenting with something that is lost. It's kind of like a lost art, right? Oh yeah, look at this. T-22 almost got clipped by those torpedoes, but because I know nobody's here to judge, and I'm literally charging to the enemy fleet. Now, seriously, if you're gonna critique saying that, oh wow, the enemy team is is complete news, right? You're missing the point here. People are out there sailing and doing over the one. And yeah, of course, there's always an ethical duty to try to win, right? We want to do well, we want to win. It's always fun to win, that competitive sense. But right here, we're doing kind of both of them. We're kind of balancing out, rather than just focus on winning. That is one aspect of the game, but the other aspect is to truly have fun. In this case, I'm going Rambo with my Yubari. Come on now, the Yubari. AA going off, defensive fire, yes. Yubari tier 4 has defensive fire, very special ship, which is why she's a premium in the arsenal. But I am just going absolutely ham, torpedo beating through those torpedo waves, and just having fun. Versus tier 6, tier 7, tier 8, tier 9, tier 10. Oh, destroyer 1 you should capture a flag, and then destroyer player comes around, it's like, well, I didn't capture it because I didn't want to die early in the game due to radar. Nobody's helping me. But in tier 4 is simplistic. Simplicity is gone once you go into higher tiers because of all the complexity in the game. And there's nothing wrong with the game adding complexity. It's just that learning to understand complexity is not something that you can expect from a regular person who plays World of Warships, right? Moving along, we are going to tier 6 with the new premium tier 6 destroyer. Like I said, the T-61. I like this clip. I really do. And the reason why is because teamwork. I value moments a lot more than anything else. And when I can find these type of fun moments where it's engaging, action-packed. Because people, I talked about this in my Roman video, people play too safe. They don't understand risk. They want to do well. They don't want to risk the ship. They want to be the person who's alive doing damage. And yeah, that's all right. That's fun. I want to do damage to my CV. I want to do damage to my battleship. But there's also another front, and that's that adrenaline rush, front lines action. And it's been really hard for me to find that action recently with destroyers because of the radar meta, which I will discuss about in my T-61 video if I happen to get one going. Fire my torpedoes at the Farragut, and we're about to do a close quarter engagement. Like, how often do you get close quarter engagement in the higher tiers? It's maybe because I play too much battleships, because battleships are the most reliable ships to play, in my opinion. But yeah, engaging the Farragut. Friendly Aoba is right behind me. I'm going to set smoke soon. Gonna use Hydro because Farragut, right? Tier 6 destroyer. I don't recall the torpedo range. Send smoke for the Aoba because she really needs it. We do not expect this many ships coming this way. I don't know, the atmosphere of this game is just amazing. There's planes in the sky, there's torpedoes in the water, there's battleships, there's people contesting a flag. This is what sold me on World of Warships back in beta. This is something that people do because they're trying to experiment with that. But, you know, risk is now no longer a thing, and people are like pre-programmed. You know, it's understandable that most videos on YouTube will always be the damaging videos. People like to watch the damaging videos, right? The most damage in the Montana, the most damage in the Izumo. Yeah, it's great, and sometimes there are games out there that's not always about damage. And in this case, I really like this game. I like this moment right here because, wow, we're really close to the enemy. We can feel the intensity. The enemy is about to push up. Farragut appears on the other side of smoke. I'm firing my guns, admittedly missing because these aren't really the most accurate guns you want to fire with. I prefer the twin gun or the dual turret guns up. Incoming torpedoes. The other Aoba is about to go in and, you know, take some torpedoes. Normally, people in the high tiers will just call you out being an idiot, but hey, it happens, it happens. Not everyone gets their greatest moment. I mean, if everyone always does well, everyone would have a 90% win rate, right? But on average, it's 50%. So 50% of the time is just not your day, right? Getting fired by the Farragut, our battleships are just chugging their way down this way, trying to provide some backups. Friendly Cesare comes in, and I'm like, okay, I didn't see the Cesare come out of nowhere like that. So I know for a fact that normally people like to save themselves and leave others behind, but I decided that, you know what, this is this is YOLO, right? You only live once. So I'm here for the fun. And I decided that I'm going back in with the Cesare. Is it stupid? Call me stupid, but I'm here to play World of Warships. It's a game. I'm here to have fun. It's 3 years in, right? I'm trying to relive those moments, and I decided that I can't let this moment slide. So I'm going to go back in with the Cesare. My smoke's about to be up in 30-ish seconds, and of course, it's German smoke. It's not the greatest smoke, honestly. It's just a temporary solution to get away, but Cesare is going to need it big time. Giulio Cesare, the tier 5 premium Italian battleship. I'm going to park right here. First, I'm going to stay concealed. I'm going to let Cesare take some shots, and eventually I will become the escort destroyer for Cesare. I will become the secondary guns for Cesare. Firing at the Leander, Leander, she's a cruiser, she's going to be dealing with me. And yes, I know that I should be using AP, but at the moment, we are in action. Smoke comes up, I'm going to go forward and cover the Cesare here. This is a friendly cruiser right there. I don't know what cruiser that is, but she's taking a C flag. I didn't realize that. That was a destroyer. Yes, my torpedo range is 8 kilometers, but the T-61 has such a high reload rate that you just use it just to hold the line. Backing up. I know I crashed into the island. Why not? We're having fun here. Pulling a Notzer the traditional way. The right way. Enemy Warspite. Is that Warspite or Queen Elizabeth? It's a Warspite. Yes, Warspite is still looking for the Cesare. Gonna drop some torpedoes here. You never know, somebody might magically appear on the other side of the smoke. I'm definitely in no hurry of pushing them, so might as well just use my torpedoes. Enemy Dallas, tier 6 American light cruiser. You don't want to be stepping into the territory of that. I'm still thinking it through, right? I'm testing something out, not stupidly, like testing as in just going without thinking, but hey, I'm very close to the front line. I see a Dallas, use common sense. She has high reloading, what is it? High reload rate for her guns. Don't want to charge into that. Friendly fleet comes in. Gonna horn. We're gonna give that war cry horn. Going in, 2 torpedoes. Bogue takes out one of the ships. I think that was the Dallas. Reinforcement coming in. Leander is fleeing, and we turn the tides of this battle. We went from fleeing to turning the tide, and we only lost 1 ship. This was what sold me on World of Warships in the trailer. And of course, the trailer's always been deceiving. I mean, I remember, I don't know how many people out here who remembers this or who's from my generation. I played Comm Arms, okay, one time. Well, I didn't have a strong enough computer. I tried it out, but I always wanted to play Comm Arms, but I went to my friend's house and play at times, from times, but they have like great trailers that kind of puts your childhood imagination to the extreme. I was like, wow, that's so cool. They're taking cover. It's a modern shooter, modern combat shooter, and they have this cool looking thing. And once you get into Comm Arms, it's nowhere near it, right? It's just cinematics. Same thing as like watching a McDonald's commercial. You're just absolutely disappointed as a kid when you go to McDonald's and see how like the burger is only half the size of what is actually shown on the commercial. So we're gonna continue to bombard the Warspite. We're gonna try to sink the Warspite here. I think the friendly cruiser is going to get on the edge of her, and yeah, that's pretty much game for them at least. And beyond that point, I pretty much sail to the other side of the map because you notice the enemy team is stacked on that side and they have no flags, and we're just gonna win this by a landslide. I mean, you could still win just by trying to have fun. And there goes the Warspite. Aside from that, if you understand what I'm trying to say here, see, I just want to express how I feel about this game 3 years later, because right now I feel like the most profitable topic to talk about is just problems with the game. And yeah, of course, you can't just avoid the problems, right? At some point, you have to confront with them. But when there's just too many people talking about problems and more worried about all this stuff, you kind of lose the forgotten truth about World of Warship, the forgotten taste, the forgotten memories, the forgotten atmosphere of this game. And that is to be a true captain and have fun in World of Warships. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys next time in the high seas of World of Warships.